What up, what up, what up? We back. I got a hot 15 for you. That's all I got for you, about a hot 15. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. To you in the front and all you motherfuckers in the back, okay? Let me tell you something. Me, Candice, Carey, her, the girl, the one, not the, is a person that is very challenging to impress. Like I am, in my mind, maybe not in yours, okay, but in my mind, I am an extraordinary individual, okay? And so for me to be like wowed or impressed or to feel something, it's gonna sound like acts of God. Because most of you motherfuckers just get on my nerves because and I try not to feel that way. I'm like, Candice, you should not feel that way. You should not. But it's just like that's it. Like I don't know. I don't know how else not to feel. Like that's just how I feel. Like most of y'all just be wasting my time. And I try to, I try. I really do. I just be like, just sit here and just go with the flow. Just figure it out. Just, try to see if you can, no. I'm sick of the reindeer games. I keep telling y'all that. And I'll tell you why. So the other day, I went across the street because they offer classes or whatever. And I just be trying to move around, keep myself busy. Just really, I do as much as I can to fill up my day to where that mofo is over and I can push through the next day. Because I don't have too much time left and I'm thoroughly working towards going back to work. Like, that is my goal. That's what it is. I don't see nothing else. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about these people. I don't care about what's going on, the orchestrations, the lies, the schemes. I don't care. Honey, where's the bag? Where's the bag? I'm trying to leave. I don't want to be here. So with that being said, I go over there. And the other day, like I said in the last video, the same lady, I knew it was a switcheroo. It was some BS. And we got here today. For one, they double booked the day, which is crazy for them to book a distribution day, which they give out supplies and stuff to the community. And then I was gonna have a workshop as well. Because usually the workshop that we have, I would say at the least it's 10 people, but it can be up to like 20. So that was poor scheduling on y'all part. Number two, the young ladies that do karaoke and do the line dancing, they specifically told us at the last time we did line dancing there, and then when they came over here, they was like, the next time we will be there, we'll be back on this day to do karaoke. So I show up because those ladies are really nice. They have great energy. They're fun. Like like, baby, we are churched out, and there is no way, bitch, that I'm finna sit through an hour of Christian karaoke. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Girl, no. You are not finna turn karaoke into a lesson and think I'm finna sit through it, girl. Like, no, ma'am. Absolutely. The girl, that's why they would literally, they were mad. And I don't blame them. They talking about, well, we got double booked. No, you didn't. That lady that lady is really trying to steal your spot. That lady doesn't want anybody there. She is literally trying to boo everybody out. She wants to be the main facilitator there. She doesn't want anybody there because she wants to seem like she's the one with all. Girl, I don't trust you because that wig is so damn raggedy, girl. What is that? That is like rat poodle fur, girl. What is that? It is so damn humid in Houston, child. And I just be like, oh my God, you still wearing that tired ass wig, girl? And you think I'm finna sit through an hour of karaoke that you done typed up? No, ma'am. You know what? Out of your way to print out lyrics. And I just was sitting there like, no, ma'am, I'm leaving. I'm not sitting here for this. You want to try to, like, because really what they tried to do was they tried to play me because I think they want my feelings to be hurt because they didn't respond as far as letting me teach a class, which is completely okay. But in the meantime, they stole my shit. And I'm aware that they stole my shit. And I think that's how it goes. They want you to get upset about them stealing your work or them mocking you, and that's fine because what I have come to realize is that when people do those things, for one, it shows me who you are. So when you show me who you are, I don't take you seriously. If you ever in a time you mock me, you talk about me, you judge me, you say slick shit, I have identified you as an op. So I don't take you seriously. I don't respect you. I don't listen to what you say. I don't value your word. There's nothing that you can say to me that I won't second guess because you have shown your hand. Your slip is showing. Because people that aren't involved don't do that. They don't do that. Why are you upset? Why are you upset that I'm here? I'm a participant. I'm a person that, y'all say y'all want people to come over here. Why would it be an issue? Why are you frustrated? Why are you mad? And so that's what you don't want somebody to seem more intelligent or more smart than you. So that's why they have to downplay your degrees. I've heard that a lot this week. Either they'll say you don't really have one, you never really graduated. They'll say like you could be a great student but you're a poor worker because I'm not really meant to work for anybody else, baby. That's the difference between me and you. See, people, this is what I'm saying. People judge your worth and value over who you work for, but didn't we just learn today about education and your heart space? That's what we learned today, that you can have all the education in the world, but is your heart pure? And that is the work that I have done over probably the last 7 years, is that, yeah, I have a lot of formal education, but the last several years of my life have been dedicated to my personal development. And that is the difference between me and most people. People don't ever do the inner work. See, they don't speak about that because in their mind, their work don't count. If it ain't something that I can quantify, then it's just like, you're not really that great. It's just like, girl, you have no idea how great I am. And so we're sitting there, and you know what? I love the backfire. I love the backfire. This is how I knew it was a mess. Because those girls was already there and they was ready to go. They already had everything set up and ready to go. And she basically booted them out of that class. She basically booted them ladies out. And they were upset. Because I don't think they would have showed, it wasn't no conflict of interest. They booted those ladies out. And that lady was mad. And I was kind of mad for him because I'm like, nah, you on some other shit. Like, no, them girls been coming up here. Like, no, ma'am. And so what was so funny about it, she had nothing set up. And we're all just sitting there. People are coming in. And people were expecting those girls. People was expecting karaoke. People came for that because that's the same karaoke that we had over here. That's what people expected, not some lesson on how to get through the struggle. Girl, bitch, we don't want to talk about that. It is the end of the day. The weekend is almost here, girl. Don't talk about that shit. You gotta know your audience. I keep telling y'all mofos that, but see, y'all don't want to get. Like I said, people want to take my shit, but they don't know what to do with it. You just sitting here wasting people's time. So literally, it took you a whole 30 minutes. You weren't prepared. You weren't there early. Because if anybody would listen, baby, if you're going to teach a class, you need to be early. Like we learned that at the Red Cross. You always show up at least sometimes 45 minutes early because you don't know about traffic. You don't know if it's going to be a Wi-Fi issue. You don't know if they're going to have to switch rooms. You don't know what's going to happen. But you, as being a teacher, in my mind, how I was trained is like being a performer, and you got to hit the stage. So that means that you got to be up. You got to be ready. You got to be dressed. You got to have backup. You need to have batteries. You need to have all your shit together because you make yourself look real bad standing trying to teach people and you don't have your shit together. I'm sorry, I don't care. You want to seem like this subject matter expert, bitch, but your shit ain't together. That's why I be getting up, walking the fuck out of class. Y'all are wasting my time. I am bored to death. And it's bad enough I gotta sit here and do this shit, but then you motherfuckers don't even be together. You motherfuckers don't even be ready. You don't even have your shit together. And that's why I gotta go. Bye. I gotta go. I'm going to the gym. I'm leaving. Bye. No, I don't have patience. No, I don't have understanding. You want to know why? Because they don't have any for me. People consistently treat me like shit every day. They go out of their way to be messy and rude to me. No. No, I don't. Not at all. These hoes are trash. And that's just the way I feel. And so she was sitting there for like, and she couldn't get the audio to work. I'm just sitting there looking at you, and that's what you get. You got egg on your face because them girls was ready to go, and they had everything. They had strobe lights. They had all their stuff. They had their speaker ready. Everything was done because they been here before and they knew what to do. And she sat up here and like, girl, who the fuck turns karaoke into a lesson and start asking questions? And it's just like, no, ma'am, you are in violation. That's why I said I'm not sitting here. So I left. It's 4:30, and you're just now getting the class started, and the shit ends at 5. That's why I ate the food, and I just left. No, ma'am. She's like, you guys go ahead and eat while I figure this out. No, because if you was any type of instructor, you would have been there on time. You would have had your stuff set up, and there wouldn't have been you. And first of all, and if there was a schedule for a conflict, nobody should have known about it. That's what I'm saying. Like people who, I understand things happen, but when you are presenting to people, and this can be a tough crowd because people, we sit in classes all day. So for us to go across the street, we got to want to be there, right? So in my opinion, you should have your shit together. Like I said, and obviously those girls early because they had everything set up already. And that lady was just standing there like, this is my class. And I just sat there and I watched her, and she was just struggling, trying to get it together. It took you 30 minutes to do that. You don't waste all this. No, ma'am. I'm not going. That's why nobody came. That's why it didn't work out. Good thing nobody else did, because we actually had a good time when they did karaoke the last time. Because we had all the girls in there, and everybody cut up, and it was everybody, black people, white people, everybody. We had a good time. But I was just like, girl, I'm not sitting down doing no reflection on certain songs, and then you want it to be sitting. No, but girl, bye. Girl, bye. No, ma'am. I'm not sitting here for this. And so I just, politely ate my food and I left. I'm not with these games no more. I'm just going to pack my things and leave. Like, I'm almost at the end of the road of this program. I am ready to move on with my life. I'm tired of the games and the bullshit with people and the things that they want to do. Like, whatever you don't do, somebody else will. Honey, I'll go somewhere else. Honey, I have plenty of ideas and thoughts and concepts and things that I can create. I have learned a wealth of knowledge that I can create and do on my own. So if you need it, you can have it, girl. I got it. Clearly, you need it. Clearly, you need it. Because we're just sitting here like, girl, who is, no ma'am. No ma'am. I'm not gonna do that. Like, girl, you played yourself. You, like DJ Khaled, you played yourself. Like, no ma'am. And people really be thinking they hurting my feelings. And I'm like, you embarrassed yourself. You look dumb. You look absolutely dumb. You don't know what you're doing. You're not prepared. You're not professional. I don't care. Yeah, that's how I speak. Yeah, that's how I talk. Like, I was sitting here thinking earlier today, like, if I was a person, like, if you want a doctor or a therapist, a nurse, an accountant, an engineer, what does that person act like? What does that person look like? What do they dress like? How do they speak? Well, you probably want them to be professional. You would probably want them to look a certain way. You would probably want them to be clean. You would probably want them to be well-mannered, because if somebody wasn't, and they say, they are ratchet and they walk around with a bonnet on and pajamas, but they actually a MD, you would probably think they're lying. What kind of doctor walk out the house looking like that? If you are a respected individual within your community, you have a responsibility to care and serve for others. So therefore, you have a certain demeanor, a certain stature about yourself. You aspire to be greater than who you were, but even greater than your circumstances. So what does that look like? This is why I know people be lying. This is why I know people be lying, because they'll sit here and try to say, oh, you boost, you extra bitch. Do you know how much student loan debt I have? Do you know how much I have invested in my personal growth and development and my education? And you want to sit here and try to judge me because I'm professional, bitch? Because I know how to carry myself. Because I know how to effectively communicate without cussing. That I know how to engage and respond and have business acumen and etiquette. I know how to be quiet and I know how to speak. That's learning how to read the room, the nonverbal cues, the body language. Learning when to interject and when to just, I don't have to say anything at all. That's the difference between me and you mofos, honey. I've been working for a long time. I had great mentors and people that have given me great advice. That is the difference between me and you. That's why I don't pay it no mind, because I'm like, man, yeah, right. I could never be the old Candice and aspire to be a doctor of any kind. Whether that's being a psychologist, whether that is being a lawyer, like whatever I choose to major in to further my education, I could not imagine being who I was in my mid-20s versus who I am now at 40. You're supposed to evolve. Like, I don't understand you people that sit here and judge somebody because I send emails. Like, do you not work? Have you not had a job before? Like, that's what I'm saying. You dealing with a professional woman. When you handle business, you usually do it in writing. When you contact your boss or you fill out a job application, all of that is done online. So this is why I know it's all a charade. It's all a lie, because people need for you to feel bad about yourself in order for the illusion to work. So if we reject you, if we steal your work, if we mock you, if we twist your words, if we try to make you seem like a liar or make you seem as if something is wrong with you because you are a certain type of way. Because we're not that way. And as long as we can continue to lay it on thick, you'll eventually believe the lie about yourself. You'll believe something is wrong with you, when really you the bee's knees out here. When really you are the one and not the two. When really you are a motherfucking genius. But they don't want to tell you that. Want to know why they can't tell you the truth? They can't applaud you. Because in somehow, some way, they believe if I give you a clap or a pat on the back, then that puts me beneath you. And I already feel like you better than me. That's why I talk bad about you. That's why I need to bring you down. Because people that are up don't need to bring somebody else down. I keep telling y'all that. People that actually have self-love, self-worth, self-value. This is why I keep trying to teach them. I'm trying to teach you things, baby. I'm trying to show you how to get it. But that's probably why they blocking me. Because they don't. You see? I keep trying to teach the class. See, I'm willing to even share. I'm willing to even share what I know. I'm not a gatekeeper for most things. You want the cheat code? Come holler at me. I'll teach you a class. But no, people want to sit in their negativity. They want to be petty. They want to be abusive. They want to lie. They want to cheat. They want to, that's what they want to do. This is why I don't subscribe to like the Christian shenanigans. I don't subscribe to people, God this and you gotta give for God and everything that we do, girl. These people are so demonic around here. They will sit in their class and shuck and drive and be outside in the parking lot planning your murder. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I don't believe any of you. I know it's all. Listen, I'm not wasting my time anymore. Like I say, I'm just about done with this program. I'm prepared to go back to work, and I'm moving on with my life. I don't really need the classes. Honestly, I did it to try to keep myself moving, keep myself active, keep myself talking and engaged with people. Because a lot of times when you introvert, you want to be by yourself. But you can't do that. This is not the season for that. You got to get out. You got to talk to people. You got to network. You got to make yourself seen. You got to keep it moving. So that is why I do it. Ask questions, speak, talk. It's okay. So it is more personal, like I said, once again, personal development for me. But I'm also learning this, like, there's other classes I can take. There are other places I can go. There are other people I can talk to that I connect with that understand professional settings and business atmospheres and things that I'm asking for are not uncommon. It's just the people that I'm around. So I refuse to make myself feel bad or try to lower my standards or try to meet your expectations. Like, no, girl, I'm not coming back down there. Bitch, I'm bougie till I die. I was born this way, honey. I was trained to think this way. I was always had high expectations of my life. Not just for myself, but my parents expected a lot from me. So I don't know how to be anything other than this. People seem to think it's like an act, and it's like why are you acting that way? It's like acting. Acting. Girl, I don't do this for play. I don't do this for fun, bitches. This is really me. I don't act. If I really don't like you, I don't like you. If we're not friends, we're not friends. And I'm okay with that. So you can stay on your side and I can stay on mine. It's okay. I promise. So it's challenging being who I am because like the mundane stuff just don't impress me. It don't, or at least not when people are trying to be petty. You know, like I say, doing karaoke is cool. I was looking forward to kicking it with the girls because they actually are fun. But Homegirl ain't came in there. That's why I knew it was, like I say, another orchestration because they trying to hijack some shit. And it's just like, girl, I'm not sitting here for this. Goodbye. I'm not pressed about taking these classes. Like I say, I got real credentials. I know how to look and find stuff out on my own. I don't need you like that. I just go just to show support, show love to the community, get to know people. That's why I'm there. I don't take it that seriously. So it's okay. Because I know eventually I'll get the stage. I know eventually everything will work out. I know eventually I will get my flowers, man. I'm not going to leave here until I do. I promise you that. Candice Carey is going to get her flowers. Don't worry about it. Because I'm not. I have too much talent. Too many great things that I can do. And I'm looking forward to it. I just got, Mr. Roberts said the other day, sometimes a lot of your stuff, even though I feel like he was mocking me too, but he had a valid point. He was like, a lot of times you are talking to the wrong people. And that's the same thing I learned about when I was like advertising my classes and stuff on LinkedIn. Uh, you have to be in front of the right audience. It's not that your information is bad or it's not valuable. You have to present yourself to the right audience. And once people catch the wave, honey, you will get backed. You will get supported. You will get reviews. You will get everything that you need. But you have to present in front of the right people. And if people don't like you for their own personal reasons, not because you did anything wrong, they just don't like you. They don't want you to advance. They don't want you to be around because when you're around, you outshine them. They feel bad about themselves because you're attractive and they feel you work out and they don't. So they feel bad about themselves. You speak well and you know things that they don't know because they always want to be the smartest in the room. No, that's not how it works. That's why a lot of times I play dumb. I let people think that I don't know anything. That's why people be sitting here really trying to say I'm incompetent or I'm slow. No, nigga, I play the game. That's what I do. You don't show everybody your hand. You don't tell everybody who you are and what you have. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet. Tell people the need to know information, the pertinent information. But sometimes all of the extra, even if it's true and it's valid, sometimes it don't need to be discussed. Because sometimes that extra, that fluff that you put on there, even if it's true, it shrinks people, man. I don't know why. I don't feel that way. If I sit across, like I said, if I sit in a room full of doctors and lawyers and dentists and people, like the other day, I met the lady that was a volunteer. She was like a biochemist. Like she worked at the cancer center doing like data samples, doing breaking research on cancer cells and genetics and all this type of stuff. I was fascinated by that shit. I didn't feel no type of way. And I just thought that was the coolest shit ever. I'm like, hey, have you ever found anything out that like, like a cure for something? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. I said, I know you can't talk about it because it's confidentiality, but she was like, yeah, it's been very rewarding. And she kind of, touched on certain things, but I didn't feel intimidated at all. I love to talk to people. Like, I'm cool. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm cool as a fan. I sit here and like chop it up with you, like what's good, like what do you do, where you from, how you been, how you living, what's going on. But soon as I come around and I want to let my light shine, it's like, oh my God, there she is. Oh my God, like here she comes, she's walking in the room. Oh my God, oh my God. I'm so sick of you hoes. I really am. That's why I say in my time, my day, like I know that the shift is happening in my life, and I know that I won't be here too much longer. As far as in this location, let me clarify for motherfuckers try to send a wellness check. I no ma'am. You got to go. You have to go where you celebrate it, man. You have to go where you. And it's not even about fitting in, but it is just, as I've always said, water sinks to its own level. And you have to be around people that value who you are, what you bring to the table. They don't want to steal from you. They don't want to rob from you. They don't want to try to belittle you and make you feel less than. They don't want to. They don't want to do that. They don't want to take from you. They don't. They don't want to do any of that. They don't need to. They don't need to do any of that. They don't. They don't need to, because everybody got their own. And if everybody comes to the table with their own, they don't feel the need to take from somebody or put them down or cut them down. We all collectively bring something to the table, so we all add. Not only do you add value to me, I add value to you. That is reciprocity. That is what a relationship is supposed to be. That's what she asked the question the other day in class. What does a healthy relationship look like? There you go. Reciprocity. Well, what I give to you, you give back. The 80-20 rule. I don't expect you to give me 100%. That means that you're giving all of yourself to me, and that's not fair. So at the very least, I expect 80-20. And if I'm giving you 80%, I need 80 back from you. I feel like that's only fair. That's the right thing to do. But as far as this one sided shit, no, I'm not. Like, get away, because it's like people are just fishing for information. They're looking for holes in your story. So say if you only tell them one part of your story, they'll say, "Oh, she's not being honest." No, bitch, I just didn't tell you because it ain't none of your business. How about that? I don't have to. I keep telling you, hoes, I don't have to lie to you. It adds. That's what I'm saying. This is what I want to teach people about personal worth and value. The more information people have about you, the more they determine your value. If they cannot quantify your value, then they have to start lying. They have to start making up assumptions about you. Because she only told me this, and she doesn't talk about this, and she doesn't go over there, and she doesn't do this, and she doesn't do that, and every time I see her, she does this, so this must mean that. They start quantifying you. Oh, that doesn't make sense because she said this, and then when I asked her this time, and she said that, because I don't need you keeping tabs on my life. Like, I don't do that. If somebody sits down at the table and they talk to me, they just talk to me. I don't sit here and try to find holes in their story. I'm not trying to sit and figure out their backstory and what happened to them and their past, or who they used to date, or who they used to be with. I'm not looking up their social media, trying to find out information about them. I'm not doing any of that because it's none of my business. I don't take you seriously anyway. Duh. That's what small talk is, and we're not forever friends. So I'm not sitting here trying to like quantify you to make myself feel better. I'm not doing that. I don't know what it is with people, but they always they need to attach something to your name, because if I can damage or diminish your light in some type of way, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to know you're going through something, or you're having a bad day, or you got embarrassed, or somebody said something mean to you, or you feel bad, or something, whatever. Like, people thrive off that shit. This is why I don't subscribe to that whole "I'm praying for you" thing, because it is people that's really sitting here waiting on your downfall. This is why I don't fuck with these hoes here. You wanna know why? And the very reason why, like right now, Like the lady I do work therapy with, as soon as I stop talking to her, that's when everybody in that clique stopped talking to me. And you want to know why? Because I knew you didn't like me in the first place. I know you missed it over there talking shit every chance you get, because that's what you hoes do, is sit around and you people watch every single person that come by, and you judge and you talk shit about them. That's what you do. And you all enjoy sitting around being messy, but you'll be the first one to try to pull out your Bible and talk about worshiping God and this, that, and the third. But honey, y'all will sit around for hours and gossip and talk about what you heard or who you know or what you saw, what they said and what they did, and that's what they do. I knew you really didn't like me in the first place, because anytime that I would sit there and try to talk to her, and people with her little clique would see me talking to her, they would get mad, like, why are you talking to her? So it's just like, let's not do it at all. Let's we don't have to be friends. We don't have to talk. We don't have to do nothing. This is just an hour a day. We sit here, we serve our food, and you go your way, I go mine. That's it. Because like I say, I've dealt with enough shallow people and people that don't have enough backbone to stand up for themselves, and enough people to tell the truth, because can't nobody run me. I don't care what friends I have. If somebody is my homegirl and I like her and she cool and it's a vibe, that's my friend. Or that's who I chill with. That's an acquaintance or whatever. I give you an example. It was somebody I used to know, and we never hung out like that. We was more phone friends. Like, we would talk on the phone a lot, but we never like hung out. Whereas I had another friend, but we wasn't really phone friends, but we used to hang out, we used to kick it, and she hated that. Like, why do you hang with her? Because that's my fucking friend. I like hanging with her. We have a good time. We go to the club. We have our drinks. We get our food. We hang out. That's my people. And she will always be mad about that. That's how them hoes is. Like, you're our friend. Don't be trying to make new friends. Like, girl. That's why I say somebody bumping coochies. Somebody's bumping coochies around here, because when people start talking about, no, you're my friend, you can't be friend, bitch. No, ma'am. Somebody's bumping coochies. I'm not buying it. Cause this ain't no dictatorship, and you can't tell me what to do. So whenever somebody can run you like that, cause that's something to me that a man would say, like, no, you can't be friends. Like, you can't have male friends, or you can't have, we talking right now, so you can't have other type of friends. That's something somebody would say when you're hunching, okay? When you're hunching, when you clapping them cheeks, okay? So I'ma leave y'all to yourself. Y'all going over there and do your scissoring, do whatever you need to do. I'ma be over here getting to the money, cause I ain't got time. Cause ain't nobody talking about that. Okay, out of all the conversations that's being had and all the reindeer games and the shenanigans and the foolery, ain't nobody talking about how to get money. It's all a distraction. It's all a lie. It's all a fallacy. It's just one big joke to keep you in an illusion that isn't real. It is to keep you on a hamster wheel and in a rat race that doesn't really exist, because it's all a fallacy. And if I can make you believe these things, then eventually it'll just damage your mental health to where you'll never go back to work. You'll never get on your feet. You'll never have your own money. You'll never make your own way. You'll just be this lost, wandering soul, this transient being with nowhere to go, no one to love, nothing to do. Just a wanderer. I beg to differ. So I leave people where they're at, and I just move on with my life. No explanation. I'm not going into it. You know what you did. You know what you said. I don't need to be, I'm not desperate to be your friends. Because like I said, if I wasn't here, we would never cross paths. And that's just the truth. Because, like I say, when I see people that are doing well or doing better than me or have more than me, I don't feel envy. I don't feel hatred. I don't feel nothing. I don't. Like, and if they are a snob or they bougie or whatever, listen, do you live your life, girl? Live your life. I don't curse you. I don't try to like dig up information to try to diminish your character. Like, I'm not doing any of that, girl. I'm just gonna move on with my life. Like even the information I had found out, I stopped wanting to know that. I don't want to know. That's why I leave people start having phone conversations. Shit, I don't need to know about your medical history. I don't need to know who you're talking to. I don't need to know about your doctor's appointments. I don't need to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to know. I think that's why I have issues with like going through like repetitive classes and going through reflections and stuff like that. No, no, I don't want to do that because I just don't. I don't want to carry other people's baggage. And I feel like when you're always in this space of constantly like reflecting, then to me that means you're living in the past. Because if you're reflecting and you don't have an action step, you're missing the mark. Like I can look back, but how can I move forward? And that's what a lot of people don't do. They want to constantly stand up. I was a drug addict. I was a hoe. I lost my key. Like people always talk about that. And I'm sorry that that happened, but it's just like, what's your action plan? And for everything that you're sad about or you're messed up about, what is the action plan? You lost your keys, okay? What can you do to get them back? Are you clean and sober? Can you get your own place? Can you get back to work? Can you save up some money? Like, what can you do to rectify the problem? Because it is about being, once again, personal worth and value has everything to do with being solutions based. It is less about complaining and wallowing in your past and more about taking ownership of your shit and getting things done. Yes, they did it. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it was uncomfortable. Yes, they lied. They cheated. They stole. They did all type of stuff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Then what you gonna do? Are you gonna get up? Are you gonna get up? Are you gonna get to work? What you gonna do? You gonna cry some more? Okay, cry. Fine. Okay, another day go by. What you gonna do? You still gonna stay here and cry? Cause you was crying yesterday. Are you gonna keep crying today? Cause nothing's being done. Oh, you gonna keep crying? Okay, I'll check back on. Okay, this is day 3. You still crying? Now, don't get it twisted. We all have stages of grief. Stages of grief present different symptoms. I understand that. But I also know that healing is an action. To heal is a verb. It's something that you have to do. It's an action. And so I'm not saying that you won't cry, but like if you cry from 8 to 10, okay, from 10 to 12, I'm gonna need you to take action. I need you to go take a hot bath. I'm gonna need you to go take a walk. I'm gonna need you to call your therapist or a life coach or a mentor. I'm gonna need you to go journal. I'm gonna need you to join a support group. I'm gonna need you to go do some things repetitively. I'm not saying you can't cry, but I'm not. You can't stay there. You can't. But like I say, people don't want to hear me, man. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it, and that's fine. I'm okay with it because I know what I do has worked for me. That my life has been forever changed through my practices and things that I have worked on, and I have seen my life flourish in ways that I never did before, based on a lot of factors. So it is what it is for now, and I'm just not willing to waste my time on a lot of stuff anymore. Like I'm just um, I'll find other ways to present my work. You know, there's online platforms. There's so many other ways to reach people than to actually holding a class. And it might even be better that I actually create an online class and just sell it online and just have it as passive income versus trying to teach the community. Because that's something else that I've accepted as well, is that people have to want certain things. And if people don't see any value in your work, not that it's not valuable, but they don't see the value of what you're saying in their own life, and it takes evolution to know, like, hey, I need to, like, I don't have much worth and value. Like, I don't value myself enough. I'll settle for anything. I'll just, it don't matter what you give me. I'll just take it. Like, no, I'm not a beggar. Like, I'm not. If you're really a child of God, you know better than that. Absolutely not. I'm not, no. So I'm going to go for now. I've said what I needed to say. I know that it all works out in due time. Uh, I just try to keep myself busy and keep myself active, keep myself talking, keep myself engaged, even if it is with people that don't necessarily like me, because they're all being used, baby. Don't forget that. Use your enemy as your footstool. I hope this information has been useful to you. This is yours truly. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.